the running back, the workhorse of the offense. There's no position in the NFL more physically demanding than a running back. Every part of your body needs to be in tip-top shape. Truly the Superman of the NFL positions. You gotta be strong, fast, tough, quick, smart, you name it. The running back will do it and do it to perfection. Unless you're Miles Sanders, then it'll be subpar and dreadful and make you even think I could rush for 1,000 yards if I had 5 literal titans blocking for me. And your answer will probably differ from mine, but I've come to the conclusion that yes, I am better. I am better than Back to talking about the running backs, I want to find out how strong these guys are. And hell, who's the strongest? Who's the weakest? Who's the most average? Why do I want to find this out? Because I'm curious. Get off my back. For the strength side, I'm looking into their lifts, like bench press, squat, power clean, deadlift, and any other lifts that tickle your fancy. But what I'm looking for the most to determine the strength is the squat, because I feel that truly shows how strong you are. And running backs usually have the best squats. So I feel the squat is the best determinator of figuring out which running back is the strongest. If you disagree, then tell me, I'll listen. And with this, it will determine what running back is the strongest. So enough yapping, let's get into the running backs. Isaiah Pacheco, sounds Italian. Oh, it's Spanish. He's half Puerto Rican. Cool stuff. Pacheco is known for running like an angry toddler, but that isn't all he's known for. He's recorded 27 reps on the 225 bench press, and that is all I can find, people. But I feel I need a squat number for Mr. Pacheco. So 550 seems like a fair number. It, fine by me. But if you don't like those results, I can get the backup of Isaiah Pacheco. His backup, Carson Steele. The new kid in the block, known for having a pet alligator. Frickin' weirdo. He's been recorded to have a 450-pound bench press and a 675-pound squat. Got big numbers for a big dude. Holy goodness gracious. What good numbers. He is currently leading the numbers for the strongest running back after 2. Congrats. The former short but explosive Raven Dobbins hit 23 reps on the 225 bench press. And at first I couldn't find any credible sources saying anything about his squat or deadlift. However, a site popped up, the official powerlifting website, detailing the lifts of one J.K. Dobbins in 2016 in Texas, where he is born and raised. And it is in the boys division, which at the time Dobbins would be about 17, so he would be in this division. It states Dobbins recorded a 530-pound squat, a 315-pound bench press, and a 460-pound deadlift at 17. Dear God, what are they feeding those kids down in Houston? I need what they have. Anyhow, how does this translate to his current grown man self? Well, before I get to that, there were some people on forums saying he squats 700 pounds, but I couldn't find any records saying it. However, I did find one thing. During the Big Ten Championship game back in 2019, the commentator Joel Klatt says he squats 600 pounds. So yeah, I don't know where 700 pounds came from. By the way, this is Joe Klatt saying this. He's a very good college analyst and knows a lot about a lot of players. So I doubt he's wrong with this. So from a despicable amount of research, he has a 600-pound squat. And we'll say he's a 350-pound bench press, which is still hella strong. Najee Harris. This guy has 4 1,000-yard seasons in a row, which is really not that impressive. No, I'm not a hater. Like, hundreds of running backs could get 1,000 yards with enough carries, especially when you're averaging 3.9 yards per carry, which is bad. But I'm getting off track. There's no info on him, so a 200-pound squat and a 150-pound bench press. Omarion. Another youngster entering the NFL season. Orion recorded a personal best squat of 565 pounds, 405-pound bench press, and a 325-pound incline bench press. Jesus Christ. Ryan had a 370-pound power clean. Goddamn a strong boy. Hopefully Kyle can translate well to the NFL field. Zamir White, nicknamed Zeus. Zeus? Zamir is ironically built like a Greek god and is absolutely yoked. Now, despite looking like the Incredible Hulk's shorter cousin, I couldn't find any lifts online of him. There is a video of him curling, but that's about it. Damn shame. I'll guess his squat because I think it's probably good, so I'm going to guess about 575 to 595. Sounds good? Ashton Jeanty. The rookie running back may be a tad short, but it doesn't matter when you're that damn good. He squatted more than 600 pounds, which is roughly the same weight as a grizzly bear. Now, picture Jeanty squatting a grizzly bear. Pretty cool, right? And bench press, damn. I don't got it, boys. I just don't got it. 375 pounds, I guess. So yeah, I found nothing on the Denver Broncos, so blame John Elway, not me. ATMs are scarce these days in Jacksonville. They seem to prefer to use tanks. Ain't that funny? Sorry. Travis Etienne recorded a 495-pound squat, a 295-pound power clean, and a 275-pound bench press. Also, he reached a max squat of 565, a power clean of 345, and a bench press of 340. The once Bengal, now Houston Texan, has had a resurgence in Houston. Mix and bench press 225 for 21 reps. And that's all, folks. Nothing else. I'll guess a squat. Let's say 535 pounds. You guys remember that one time Joe Mixon was at a restaurant and that girl slapped him? And he responded by...
Hey, how about a nice Hawaiian punch?
Sure.
Pierce, who once looked promising in his rookie year with 939 rushing yards and an average of 4.3 yards. Not bad, but he dropped in production and is now the backup in Houston, which is sad. But his lifts are truly insane. You heard me right, the 5'10", 215-pound may be the average size for running back, but his lifts are far from average. Pierce recorded a 390-pound bench press and a 705-pound squat. I'm sorry, what the f***? And yes, it is confirmed by players and reports. It's verified as far as I know. Dameon Pierce is an absolute unit in the weight room. He could probably carry all his kids at once, like a good father would. Yeah, that would be nice. But my goodness, he is a strong man. So a 705-pound squat and a 390-pound bench press. Hopefully Pierce can get a starting role eventually back in the NFL because he is extremely athletic and his lifts are insane. And is currently leading the running backs in the strength category. To the surprise of me and many, Tony Pollard actually had a very good season after his letdown year last year in Dallas. Now, Tony is a perfect example of you don't need to have absurd lifts to be a great running back. Because Tony Pollard only recorded 13 reps on the 225 bench press, which is very low for a running back. And hold your horses, I'm not saying it's weak, I'm just saying it's low for a running back. So yeah, I see you, Jacob, typing your comment, saying, that's more than you lift your entire life. Yeah, it is. Whatever. I'm arguing with the wall right now. 450 squat. The forgotten running back who is still producing well, Jonathan Taylor. I always saw Taylor built like Saquon. Can he lift like Saquon though? Let's see. Taylor benched 225 for 17 reps and recorded a 500-pound squat. He was 19 here, so let's bump that up to a 545-pound squat. Not quite the level of Barkley, but still pretty good. Rico Dowdle is my second favorite Rico next to Rico Suave from Hannah Montana. But none of that matters now, as the 5-year running back finally got a shot at a starting role, and he did pretty good, reaching over 1,000 yards and averaging over 4.5 yards per carry. That's cool, but is he the strongest? Well, back in high school, he squatted 415, so that's about it. Chubby Hoobie from the north of Canada. Chuba really came in his own this year with his first 1,000-yard season. Eating ketchup chips does wonders for the body, or it could give you terrible cholesterol. Eat ketchup chips. It's a 50-50. You either go to the NFL and become an NFL running back, or you die 6 feet under. Your choice. You should actually put that in. That would sell really well. Chuba bench pressed 225 for 20 reps and had a 550-pound squat in college as a senior. An impressive lift for Mr. Chuba Hubbard. Rashad White. He has 2 A's in his first name, and he also squats 500 pounds. And power cleans 300 pounds. Yep, that's what you get for Rashad White. Seems like a cool guy, but I'm sorry. I'm going to the next one. The king of all running backs, the boogeyman of the NFL, Bucky Irving. Marquise Bucky Irving benches 300 pounds and a squat for the immortal Bucky Irving. I'll say it's about 800 pounds. Bijan Robinson is the generational talent the Falcons nabbed at pick 13 in the 2023 draft. Bijan had an underwhelming rookie season because of Arthur Smith's sick obsession with Tyler Algier and Jonnu Smith, but fortunately, Arthur Smith was sent to the depths of Hades, also known as Pittsburgh. So Bijan can thrive, and he sure did with some pretty great stats. Now, for an athletic specimen like him, what can he lift? I don't know, I couldn't really find anything. All I found was that he had a 450 squat and a 315 bench press. Let's say his squat is like 550 pounds, and his bench press is 375. Sound good, everyone? Good? Cool. Kamara breaks tackles better than any back in the NFL. But how strong is he? Kamara achieved 15 reps on the 225 bench press. For a squat, I couldn't find jack shit. But he did drag a Jeep with a weight rack on his back, which is pretty impressive, if I do say so myself. So I'll say about a 500-pound squat. Kenneth Walker III has been a good running back for the Seattle Seahawks during his 3 years he's been there. And during his early years in high school, he recorded a 430-pound squat and a 265-pound bench press. So, 565-pound squat and a 350 bench press. Sound good, boys? Cool. Zach Charbonnet has been a sneaky solid player in the NFL this year. He's the backup role of Kenneth Walker, but he's done really well. This is off topic, but did you know Zach Charbonnet is half Cambodian Chinese? His mother was an immigrant from France, where she left for America, where she found Zach's father. Then Zach would be conceived, and 23 years later, he'd be playing for the Seattle Seahawks. It's crazy what can happen to certain people in certain situations, right? It's kind of beautiful in a way. Oh yeah, lifts. He had 225 for 18 reps, so let's leave it at that for Mr. Charbonnet, because I don't want to do any more research. Kyron Williams has been a pleasant surprise from last year, and he would continue playing some good football in 2024. Kyron, back in high school, had a 405-pound squat and a 265-pound bench press and a 275-pound power clean. Well, let's give Kyron a 435-pound squat and a 350 bench press. Blake Corum. The third Trend twin, Blake Corum, is a rookie. Not for real, he kind of looks like the Trend twins. Am I going crazy? I think so. Corum appears to have a good future in LA. The tallest brother of Mike and Chris recorded 27 reps on the 225 bench press and recorded 25 reps on 315 pounds for a squat. Holy balls! And it's recorded he can squat over 600 pounds. So let's go with 610 pounds for Blake Corum, the short but absolute beast of a player that he is. James Conner, he's a cancer survivor who's had a pretty darn good career in the NFL. Nearly 30 years old and still putting up over 1,000 rushing yards a year. Conner recorded 20 reps in the 225 bench press and a squat. Well, who the hell knows? Christian McCaffrey. So remember when I said some sites will say this player squatted this much weight, then you see the video of them squatting it and it's a box squat where they're moving like a foot down to their ass? Well, here it is. McCaffrey box squatted 585 pounds. Now listen, I'm not crapping on McCaffrey. It's not his fault. Articles love clickbait. And also, lifting 585 pounds on your back, even if it is just a box squat, is still incredibly hard. I would die under that weight. But McCaffrey would not squat this much weight. I'm just gonna guess his max squat is around 510, 515. Jordan Mason, the backup running back for the Niners, did 21 reps on the 225 bench press and squatted 425 pounds in high school. So, 430 pound squat, I guess. Many men have wished death upon him, and apparently many have wished to not find lifts upon him. Austin Eckler claims the name pound for pound, strongest NFL player for a good reason. Despite his short stature of 5'9" and 185 pounds, former teammates like Derwin James, TJ Lang, and Hunter Henry all claim he's the strongest pound-for-pound player on their team when he was in Los Angeles, and perhaps the strongest pound-for-pound player in the league. Eckler's claimed to have a 500-pound squat for 4 reps and a power clean for 380 pounds, and he has repped 315 for 7 reps, which equates to a 375-pound bench press. For a guy who's 5'9" and 185 pounds, this is really insane, and honestly, he might be the pound-for-pound strongest player in the league, but who knows? For now, still good list for Mr. Eckler. Tyron Tracy, the 25-year-old rookie running back, has been a nice addition to the team this year for the Giants. At least they got him in neighbors, right? Right, Giants fans? Tracy in high school performed a 270-pound bench press and a 400-pound squat. And as you've seen, I try to predict this stuff. So let's say his squat is 547.235 to the decimal of 5 pounds, and his bench press is like 339 pounds. Cam Skattebo, the very popular Skattebo, is unfortunately on the Giants. Sorry, brother. It's going to be a tough time. And his squat, unfortunately, is nothing. Zip. Couldn't find anything on this guy. Rumor has it he squats 1,000 pounds, so let's go with that. Javonte Williams is a running back in the NFL for Dallas, and rumor has it he was a skinny lad in college, but he bulked up and managed to get a max squat of 515 pounds. Good stuff. Ezekiel Elliott, where do I begin? The 9-year NFL running back has had his ups and downs in the NFL, and this year may have been his worst, but he has still left the Cowboys with a lot of great memories, and his lifts are no exception. Ezekiel Elliott squats 800 pounds and bench presses 550 pounds. Absolute legend. All right, next running back. Oh, God. Marcus, no! Marcus, no! Marcus, no! My balls! No, my balls! Hey y'all, I may have told a little white lie on Zeke's lift. Okay, maybe a huge lie. And apparently my pet chimp has a huge problem with that. It's not like he left my house and killed and ate a rabbit, scaring the local children, but getting Zeke's lifts wrong, that's where he draws the line. But yeah, I don't know Zeke's lifts. It's not posted. But going by Zeke's size, I imagine his squat would be about 575 to 585 pounds. And bench, well, we do have some info on that, as there was an interview with Scooter Magruder where he asked Zeke a tough question of how many Tim the Tatmans could he bench press? Yes, this was a question. And Zeke responded by saying yes, he could bench press Tim the Tatman, but not for many reps because of a wrist injury. And Tim is roughly 250 pounds a fortnight. Big dude. So it'll be my pleasure to guess Zeke's max bench press of 300 pounds, an asterisk because of an injury. There you go. Let's check out the Cowboys rookie running back, Jaden Blue out of Texas. Mr. Blue at 18 years of age recorded a 500-pound squat and a 300-pound bench press. Impressive ass numbers for the new cowboy in town. Let's say he has a 600-pound squat, a 360-pound bench press, and a 315 power clean. Yeehaw! Say Quads is here. He has made it. And seeing his legs in the videos, you know damn well the Super Bowl champion lifts and lifts hard. And he does. Saquon has no video of his 1-rep max on his bench press or a squat, but we do have the video of him doing his 225 bench at the combine and various videos of squatting, but no 1-rep max video. An article back in 2018 states Barkley squatted 615 pounds. In another article, Penn State, Dwight Galt thinks Barkley could squat 700 pounds if he wanted to. But I do believe him because, I mean, come on now. So, I do think Barkley could reach a 700-pound squat, and he has reached 29 reps on the 225 bench press, so his bench is likely around 405 pounds. Very good numbers. from Mr. Barkley. A.J. Dillon. The potential of A.J. never really got there, but the guy has some insane legs. So I want to see this dude's lifts. A.J. Dillon in his senior year of high school maxed out a squat of 645 pounds. Damn shame he never did it again. So his max squat was 645 pounds at 18 years old. Who let James Cook? Apparently James Cook Sr. did when he made James Cook. And he made James into a great football player. James doesn't have any squat information, and that's about it for him. I got nothing else. This seemed like a waste of time, right? Me just going in this little monologue. So, hooray! Ray Davis is built like a 1x1 Lego piece with muscles. He has no lifts, but I just wanted to mention him because the dude's young. My guy Breece Hall was putting up 445-pound squats and 265-pound bench presses in high school. My God! And I don't know his max because that was in high school. I'm losing my freaking mind around here, man. I don't know who the fuck his max are. Fucking help me, man. Fucking please help me. So yeah, 600-pound squat and a 345-pound bench press feels about right. This dude, Braylon, was squatting 610 pounds as a freshman in college. He was squatting your mom at 18 years old and power cleaning 405 pounds. I can't do this right now. I need to know his max right now. Braylon, now! The potential! The potential! Oh man, I don't know. I'm doing a 675-pound squat, and he's had a bench press of 225 for 26 reps, so about 360 bench, maybe 380. Between there is good. Devon Chain. Couldn't find any of his lifts, but he's really not known for having great feet strength, so that's alright. Jalen Wright has some pure strength as he can squat up to 600 pounds of pure mass. Travion Henderson. I couldn't find any details on him. God damn it. Let's just move on to the AFC North. Nicholas Jamal Chubb is no stranger when it comes to lifting. Chubb has a great max squat. That is one of the following. Is it A, 595 pounds, B, 675 pounds, or C, 400 pounds? If you chose C, you're dumb as shit because the answer is B. Yup, a max squat of 675 pounds on video right here. He also benched 225 for 29 reps, so his max bench is probably about 405 to 410 pounds. Nice. Quinshon Judkins, the brand new Brown, getting picked at 36, and was ironically not there for his draft call. His mom had to pick up the phone. You gotta love it. Back in 2022, Judkins recorded a 410-pound squat and a 245-pound bench press at the age of 17. My goodness, 17-year-olds putting me to shame. Well, it is what it is. Let's do some inflation here. It's either a 535-pound, a 700-pound, or a 2,100-pound squat. I'll let you decide which one it is. And his bench press will do 355 pounds. The true king of the NFL, Derek Lamar Henry Jr., needs no introduction. The closest current running back to a first ballot Hall of Famer and an absolute tyrant when he gets going. He's big, he's fast, and most importantly, he is strong. After practice at Alabama, Derrick Henry squatted 550 pounds. So let's say when he's fresh, he can squat 575 pounds. And for the bench press, he's reported to bench 380 pounds. The new Raven on the block, Rasheen Ali, has limited playing time, but managed a 500-pound squat and a 335-pound power clean. Justice Hill. Hill is a very underrated pass-catching back in this league, and is a fan favorite of mine, if you care. But what about his lifts, man? Now, despite being 195 pounds, he maxed out a squat of 565 pounds. Truly one of the strongest pound-for-pound running backs in the league. Great stuff from Mr. Justice Hill. Caleb Johnson, the new Steelers running back, who will be the starter. Jalen Ward ain't a starter, everybody. Let's be real. Caleb Johnson has no recorded lifts, so I'll say he squats like 300 pounds and bench presses like 288 pounds. Chase Brown, the second Canadian running back, Chase Brown. He had an impressive second season for the Bengals. Chase Brown, unfortunately, doesn't like putting videos of his max lifts on the internet, so I got nothing. Forgive me for this one. Taj Brooks, the rookie 6th rounder, is a big guy for a running back, and he had 16 reps for the 225 bench press. So that's good enough for me, because that's all I got on him. Josh Jacobs. Joshua has always been a solid running back in the NFL, and now here he is in the video. He got a 550-pound squat and a 405-pound bench. Good for you. David Montgomery, the human bowling ball that is David Montgomery, has revived his career in Detroit and has a deadlift of 700 pounds. But it's just a trap bar. Impressive, yes, but it's not the same as a regular deadlift. But he did record a 616 regular deadlift, which is really, really good. Now Sonic. Jahmyr Gibbs has been squatting with big David Montgomery, and Monty seems to put up some big numbers, and states Gibbs is not far behind from squatting near him. So let's say Gibbs' max squat is around 475 to 500 pounds. Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones has been in the league a long time and is reaching UNC status, if you ask me. And the only thing I could find is he had 16 reps on the 225 bench press. So that's all you get. Oh, I'm so sorry, this player. Kyle Manaaja? Well, I refuse to put DeAndre Swift in this list, so Kyle is our last running back we're looking at. And his lifts are quite impressive. A 505-pound squat, a 315-pound bench press, and a 525-pound deadlift in freaking high school. In today's age, that's a 610-pound squat, a 385-pound bench press, and a 650-pound deadlift. There you have it. All the running back's strongest lifts. Now I can put it all together. I've crunched the numbers, and we will find the strongest running back today. And here it is. But first, I'm going to do something different. You're not getting the answer that easily. Before I announce the strongest running back, I want to tell you who is the best running back at bodybuilding. And yes, make all the jokes you want. I like bodybuilding. It's my life, get off my back. Anyways, this won't be long, so bear with me. I'm going to tell you which running back is the best. Yes, I'm aware they're football players, not bodybuilders, so of course they won't be the leanest, but I'm doing it anyway, baby. Also, I'm new to this, so if I get this completely wrong, I'm sorry. But basically, from what I understand, bodybuilding competitions are judging someone's muscle definition with how big they are. That's pretty much what it is for the most part. If they're the biggest and they're the leanest, they're gonna win the competition. So as I mentioned, I do like bodybuilding, but the judging part of it is not my forte. It's like an elephant trying to coffee grind. It probably won't work, but hell, you're still watching this, aren't you? But basically, these could be wrong, but in my opinion, I think I got it right. Alright. But ultimately, I think the best running back for being a bodybuilder is Saquon Barkley, in my opinion, because he's an above-average running back and still is shredded to hell, and the legs of a Greek god. So I think Barkley would do the best. Again, I could be wrong, yada yada yada, but it's my opinion. Feel free to disagree. As much as these guys right here are like ranked at the bottom, their physiques are better than 99% of the world, including me, so this is not a rip on those guys, it's just how I rank them in my opinion. There are no bad physiques for an NFL running back in the NFL. They're all very good. This also took a lot of sketchy Google searches, so this would be an absolute worst nightmare if the government was watching me today, because I hope not, because they'll think I'm a freaking weirdo, which I kind of am a freaking weirdo, so I guess they'd be right. Alright, now enough about bodybuilding. Let's get to the freaking main point of this video. I'm going to quickly show you the rankings of the strongest running backs right here. Then I will show you the top 5 strongest for dramatic fashion. In number 5, it is Carson Steele, the backup running back for the Kansas City Chiefs, but he ranks 5. At number 4 is Nicholas Chubb. Nicholas Chubb is an absolute monster on the field, and he's our 4th strongest running back. At number 3 is Saquon Barkley. Yes, Saquon Barkley. He is one of the strongest running backs in the league, but he is not the strongest. Because at number 2, we have Dameon Pierce. Dameon Pierce, holy shit, this guy is an absolute freaking unit. His lifts, like, it blew my mind. Blew my mind on the research video. He is strong as hell, but he is not the strongest. The strongest running back at number 1 is A.J. Dillon. Oh my god, the twist. Oh my god, no one saw it coming. Probably wondering, what the hell, freaking A.J. Dillon? But he only squatted 645 pounds once when he was in high school. Let me tell you this, get close. If A.J. Dillon attempted a squat in his first year in the NFL, or maybe in college, this guy, I feel very confident, would hit a 720 to like a 740 pound squat. Because holy shit, a 645-pound squat in high school is ridiculously insane and is the most out of any player on this list. So I feel very confident if he attempted it, he would have the best squat out of any NFL player. And his bench press is in the top 5, but is not the best. But that squat is enough for me to say that A.J. Dillon is currently the strongest running back in the NFL today. That is the video, everybody. This video was something I wanted to make ever since I made the quarterback ranking tier list, but I didn't really like that video. I spent a lot of time on it, and it kind of dragged. I don't think it's a very good video. Hopefully this one's better. But thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this, and hopefully you learned some useless NFL information. Please leave a like and subscribe, and let's hopefully get to 500 subscribers soon. And that is it for me. Goodbye, have a good day, see y'all later.